All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And this is a special edition. So it's going to be short. You're right. No, trust me, it's going to be short. So I'm also doing this for a special friend who confided with me something this morning. And lo and behold, this comes out today. There's two things here, actually. So, even though this is for a special friend, please, if you have someone who thinks you're crazy, someone who's still doubting the uh, revalue of the Iraqi dinar, doesn't understand, well, why were they using dollars? Why, how come they're going to go to dinar? When are they going to go strictly to dinar? It doesn't get too much into when the rate is going to change, but we'll just get into this. We're just going to get into it. I apologize. My phone's going to go off. Someone may come in here and say something to me. Just block all that out and focus on this. Okay, so the title. Oh, it's Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. If you're a regular listener, all that other stuff applies. myfxbuddies.com, but you have to use HTTPS, Spotify, RSS.com. If you're on YouTube, look for the word more, because you are going to want to go to this blog and you are going to want to read this report that is in English. Okay? All right. Iraqi Dinar. IBBC issues major new paper on de-dollarisation of Iraqi dinar. I guess it cut it off. So who is IBBC? I believe it says here, but it's something British. Maybe it's International British. Oh, Iraqi British. The B stands for something else. Council. They are a British group, and they've been around for at least 8 years. They meet twice a year all around the world, and they always talk about Iraq. And I'm guessing, hopefully, they believe one day one of their um, meetings will actually be post RV, right? Okay, so this report that they did, geez Louise, Professor Frank Gunter, that's probably Gunter since it's another country, but it could be Gunter, who knows, launches a new white paper on de-dollarization of Iraqi economy. These are some rich people. These are wealthy people. You have to go through a process to be invited to join this group. Here it is, the spring conference. So they have a spring conference and I think a winter conference. These aren't just little people on YouTube or just little journalists who are like, oh, I'm going to write a paper. These are well-studied, well-moneyed, long-time British moneyed people studying Iraq. Here's some other papers that they've done. Iraq 2020, country at the crossroads. Corruption worse than ISIS. Causes and cures for Iraqi corruption. Seaports and airports of Iraq's rules versus infrastructure. And privatization of state-owned enterprises. So they know their stuff. They do deep, in-depth studies of portions, right? Not even the whole country, not even the whole economy. Just they pick portions and they do a deep dive. You know, if you're familiar with that, I hate that phrase, but that seems to be what people are saying now and identifying with. So, in this analysis, Professor Gunter provides the drivers of impact on the dinar exchange rate and examines how best to deal with the parallel market of dinars to dollars. He outlines the practical policy initiatives and that should reduce the gap between the official and parallel exchange rates in the medium term. So he's not making any promises. He's not saying, hey, this weekend you're going to the bank, you're going to exchange, right? The midterm. In particular, he lauds the government of Iraq on its commitment to tackle corruption and to modernize the banking system in one fell swoop, but warns of the pressure on the dinar exchange rate as budgets are overstretched and the new banking recipients, which are state banks, receive the liquidity to enable the economy to perform. Isn't that exciting? No, I know it's really boring. I know it's boring, but it's educational. And some people are um, heavily in, I don't like to use the word investors, heavy holders of this currency. And by golly, if you don't understand if you don't understand the process of taking a country off one currency and putting it on their own currency, I'm going to say shame on you. And here, this is written in English. Okay, there was one more thing. Let's see. But even if this is true, the level exchange rate and changes in the level are believed. This is important. The excess demand is shown. Nope. There was one more sentence I wanted to emphasize with my very dramatic reading. Did you notice the drama there? Yeah. Gotta keep this boring stuff interesting. Let's see. Well, here, an important cause of this exchange rate gap. So, do you even know why there's a difference between the official rate of 1310 and the parallel market rate of about 1450 right now, 1450 dinars per dollar? After you read this report, you'll know for sure. An important cause for this exchange rate gap is that the GOI, government of Iraq, with strong encouragement of the U.S. Federal Reserve, is attempting to reduce the use of U.S. dollar in both Iraq's internal economy and its external transactions. So, see, this Federal Reserve, this is not a scam. There's people who are still saying it's a scam. We went in overnight and took this country off their currency to protect them, quote unquote, protect them. So, even though 20 years have gone by, eventually, hopefully soon, my timeline is September. I'm looking at September. If this is your first time listening to me, I'm looking at September, but that doesn't mean, oh, well, if she thinks September, I can wait to go get some. I wouldn't wait that long. I would do research, read this paper, read some other posts on my blog, watch other videos. Seriously consider getting whatever you can afford worth of dinar. And hold on. And the very fact that the place you buy it from will buy it back from you means it's not a scam. All right, let's see. Okay, so that's that. And then I apologize for that loud motorcycle. I get to hear that several times a day. And I did close my window. Okay, so the Central Bank of Iraq, the expansion of electronic payment operations will push towards the adoption of electronic signature in Iraq. So you see how quickly they're moving them? They just got them on digital banking, just got some of them on their phones, right? They're doing everything from their phone. And now they're like, okay, hey, now we want you to start using the electronic signature, okay? And let's see, there's not too much detail here, but it says the need for paper signatures in government transactions and official papers will diminish in the future. I don't like that, but until the need disappears completely, with the expansion of the use of electronic payment processes and electronic signatures in daily transactions. I'll repeat that, in daily transactions, there will be an obligation to amend laws or implement previous legislation related to electronic signatures. So see, they're doing things. They're doing big things. And here's a little picture, a little illustration to show. And I'm not sure what this says here in Arabic. I didn't translate it. But see, it has the hand coming out of the phone and then signing, because this is all new to them over there. It's all new. It was new to us, right? Remember, we've had that technology for at least a decade, maybe even two. I don't know. But at first, all of that was all new. And I'm sure you have family members who still don't understand a digital signature, right? So, yeah, they're learning, they're having a lot of new concepts hoisted on them. And yeah, okay, so you can read that. But anyway, so let's go to, it's 11. Okay, I don't want to go too much longer. Here is the document. Oh, so you're going to click, if you're on the blog, you're going to click here. The report is available here to download. I'm not sure why that. Oh, share. I think it said share, and I deleted the E. So you'll click that, and you will be taken to, it doesn't actually download. You know what? I shouldn't say that. It's a PDF. I know that. It's a PDF. And for me, it came right up. But, I look at tons and tons of articles and PDFs all day long. But look, and 2 cheers for Iraq. Exchange rate challenges. And here's today's date. So they have an executive summary. It's all in English. So if you don't want to read the full 35, well, let's see. It's 35 pages, I believe. Yeah, but they have a 2-page executive summary. So, and then they have a short summary. So look at what they're going over. Circular flow of dinars and dollars in Iraq. Relationship between monetary exchange rate and fiscal policies. Here's a little chart here, if you like charts and graphs. Determinants of the excess demand for dollars, price of oil. What else? And see, it's really not a long read because a lot of the pages have footnotes. So see, they're referring you back to actual articles, other papers, right? So this isn't just an opinion piece. They went through, I think it says that they put 4 months into drawing up this document. So here's something from the World Bank. One of these footnotes goes back to the World Bank, something done in 2023. Here's a little part about exchange rate changes. And this is actually, because I've only gotten to page 12. So this right here is page 11. And when I read this, I was like, oh, I need to send this to my friend. So, like I said, I don't want this to be long. This is a special edition of My FX Buddies. But here, look, this is page 12. And they're talking about the revaluation of the dinar, the Iraqi dinar. It's not a joke. It's not a scam. This is an opportunity for wealth transformation. Oops, not transformation. Wealth transfer, right? It's not going to come again in our lifetimes. Not on this scale. So I would ask that, again, you share this with someone. This is going to sound bad, but I mean this in the most nicest, bless her heart kind of way. They're going to have some level of education, even if it's 8th grade high school. They talk about numbers. There's monetary policy concepts in this report. So not everyone's going to be able to read this and understand it. But so if you have someone who will take the time to read this. They have open-mindedness. Is that a right word? Well, I just used it, even if it isn't. Please share this with them because I hate for people to miss out on this opportunity, you know? And that's why I do what I do, because I want to help people understand it and believe in it. Because so many of us have sacrificed and lost during our journey, waiting. Okay, anyway, I'm getting too serious. Okay, so, um, again, and you guys know I don't normally say this is something to share. I believe this is something to share. And accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals. Pay all your bills. Thanks for listening. And until next time, but I'm not on the right thingy. The little button is gone. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you.